Nova Star, a journalist in the 1950s, discovered the case of Janet Drew, an artist that have gone missing. Will Nova Star be able to put the pieces together and figure out what really happened and who is responsible?
This is not a coincidence. This is definitely the work of a serial killer.
I can't believe this. I can't believe you were the one behind all of this.
This has been going on for weeks. B wakes up in a cold sweat, agonizing about finishing her latest novel, Stellar Products. But the images of this stranger journalist, Nova Star, keeps invading her dreams. It all started last week when her husband, fireman John Waters, brought B home a typewriter from the 1950s. The last time someone typed on this typewriter was over 70 years ago.
Now you can write your masterpiece.
Baby. Let me see what you got. What is this?
I'm not telling.
Oh my goodness! A masterpiece with this? Honey, you must have been running in and out of them burning buildings and having too much smoke.
Well, maybe this will cure your writer's block.
Don't tell me you got the ink to also go with this. Sorry, baby. Thanks for thinking of me.
Well, I'm going to take a shower.
Alrighty then. I'll get dinner ready, baby. This typewriter is so goodness. And what in the world is this red sticky substance on these typewriter keys? Goodness, got this stuff all over my hands.
Sticky substance gets on her fingers. B takes even a closer look at the typewriter and examines it carefully. It looks like something is jammed in the typewriter. It's an old news clipping with the picture of an African-American female on it.
And Star. This has to be the person that wrote this article.
Baby, what are we having for dinner?
Spaghetti. It'll be ready in a few minutes.
But as she is walking out of the room, she could have sworn she heard the typewriter typing.
Oh, honey, this spaghetti looking good.
Babe, stop worrying. You're going to get that book finished. It just takes time.
Do you know that I've been working on this book I don't know how long? And I took the whole summer off. The whole summer. And what have I accomplished? Nothing. I have not written down not one single word. And if I don't get something written down soon with this book Stellar Prize, they're going to want their advance back. And honey, you know I done spent all that money.
Baby, don't worry. You know we got this. Use the typewriter I just got you.
Now you know good and well that typewriter does not have spell check and Grammarly. And I'm used to spell check and Grammarly on my computer. Where did you get that typewriter from anyway?
It was an old fire rummage sale, and it's like it was calling out to me to get it.
Well, I hope it wasn't calling out to you, because you know I'm super scary and I'm superstitious. And there's something strange about that typewriter. I don't know. Thanks.
Bee sat there at the typewriter with tears in her eyes, and she even began to research symptoms of stress, anxiety, and writer's block. Finally, a few hours later, Bee drifted off to sleep with images of the photo and the name Janet Drew embedded in her mind, wondering how and why this young promising artist was slain. Bee also wondered what happened to N. Starr, the journalist that wrote the story about this 1950 cold case.
All right. That night when I went to sleep, I tossed and I turned for hours, but I could not get Nova Star out of my mind. All of a sudden, I began to drift out of my world into her world. It seemed like I was there in the 1950s watching her life.
Now, can I get you anything else, huh? No, I'm good, thank you. All right, well, you just let me know. Okay. I noticed you and your soldier, y'all are regulars here. Yes, I see you in here.
Yes, he said he had some big news.
Oh, big news. Sounds exciting.
I can't believe that it's been a year. The first time that Luke laid eyes on me and the first words that he ever spoke to me were, "Please marry me." I can't believe he quit his job as a jazz musician playing the sax for the Savoy and joined the United States Army. I almost wish he had not. In 1 week, the man of my dreams will be shipped off to the Korean world, an unknown world. I don't think my heart can take missing him that much. We were not going to be sad today, Luke said. Now then, wipe those tears off that pretty face. I got a gift for you. Luke took the handkerchief out of his jacket pocket, dried my tears, and then he bent down and picked up a huge box beside him and placed it on the table. I know that you've been working on as a journalist for this side newspaper, Morning Sun News Press, for the past 2 years, Luke said. But now, you can be the aspiring, creative writer. I told him that I loved him, but that this typewriter was at least $50. It must have cost him almost everything. This gift was way too extravagant. I knew what the salary was for an Army soldier. My last story of my article for the Morning Sun News Press was about equal pay for Negro soldiers. They were only getting $60 monthly for their salary, while other soldiers listed were getting at least $75. I can't take everything that you have saved in this world, I told him. Luke looked into my eyes, kissed my knuckles, and said, I want you to have everything in this world because you are my Nova Star. Luke then got out of his seat, Nova Star voice. He called my name while nervously clearing his throat. Here is your other present. I guess I will get down on one knee. Then he reached in his front lapel and pulled out a ring.
Beautiful black man was brave and glorious. He loved me unconditionally and sacrificed everything for his Nova Star.
Nova and Luke walked out of the cafe. The artist had 2 of her paintings leaning on one easel. The colors in her paintings were so bright and beautiful. Nova and Luke passing by also became admirers as they caught a glimpse of her paintings and paused for a moment to congratulate the artist on her exemplary work. Then the artist showed them a partial painting that left Nova and Luke in complete awe. She captured every element of the Soul and Spirit Cafe, including faces and scenery, yet somehow was also able to enlarge a frozen moment in time, capturing the expressions of love in the portraits of Nova and Luke.
Goodness, what a beautiful painting. Did you do this?
Yes, ma'am.
This actually looks like me and my fiance Luke.
I hope you don't mind, ma'am. I saw your fiance proposing to you in the cafe with the typewriter and a ring, and I couldn't help but capture it. A lot of times there'll be people in there that, I paint portraits of, and yours was just so different and beautiful. I just wanted to paint that.
This is amazing. How were you able to capture all the dimensions like this? This is perfect.
Well, I have a photographic memory. I remember shades of light and expressions on people's faces exactly, and then I can go back and fill it in. That's one of my gifts, actually.
I'm sorry, is that a southern accent I detect?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I was sent up here to Harlem. My church and also some other people in the community, they love my paintings and they wanted me to go to art school. So I'm actually going to the art school up here in New York.
This is beautiful. Unfortunately, at this time, I can't afford to pay for this. I'm so sorry, but it's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you take care and you have a great day.
Okay.
You know what? I have an idea. I'm actually Nova Star.
Hi, I'm Janet Drew.
Nice to meet you, Janet. I am a journalist here at one of the local newspapers here.
Yes.
I have one more story that I need to write. How would you like it if I featured you in my last article?
Me?
Yes, you and your beautiful paintings.
I'm sure that would definitely sell some more paintings, and I definitely need to.
Well, if I do that, can we exchange it for this painting of Luke and I?
I think that would be perfect.
I think so too. Just think about it, Janet. This would be great publicity for you while you're here in New York.
Also, I just think this would be great. I could sell some paintings because right now, I am a struggling artist on the street here. But can we meet at the cafe over here?
Oh, the Soul Spirit Cafe?
Yes, because that would be great for me. I always sit over here and paint portraits of people, and when they see that, I'm sure they will buy some more portraits.
That'd be perfect. How about next week about 1 p.m.?
That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much, Miss Starr.
It's so good to meet you, Janet.
You too.
Have a good day.
You too.
Nova and Drew were scheduled to meet at 1 p.m., but as the clock hand rested on 2 and then minutes emerged to hour 3.
What? Back again, I see.
Yeah, I am actually.
All right, you waiting on your soldier?
No, this time I'm waiting on someone else, thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so nice.
Ernest, you better get on out here. They found another one out there in the back of that cafe. Ernest.
Oh, girl, are you all right? Oh, what a shame. What a shame.
Not Mrs. Drew. This is crazy. I can't believe this.
Hold now, don't tell me you knew that poor child. I remember she used to hang outside the cafe every day. Every day.
I just met her last week.
Well, I don't know what she was looking for, what was looking for her, but I'm sad that it ended like that. Nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves that to happen to them. That is so sad.
Murdered? This is unbelievable.
Oh. What a shame.
Mrs. Drew?
Honey, for the last few months, singers, dancers, musicians, just artists have been found right outside this cafe. I tell you, I have my brother walk me home every night. That's you never know who you're talking to. You never know. I swear, I just saw her this morning. She said she was gonna step outside and she'd be right back. I guess, now she won't. That's so sad. But you can't dwell on these kinds of things. You just can't, okay? It's gonna drive you crazy. Don't you dwell on that.
But do you have any idea what happened?
You know, some people talking about it's gang related. Some people are saying it's mafia. All I know is that I didn't see anything and I don't want to see anything. I don't want to be involved. Okay? I was meaning to ask you, did you and your soldier ever jump the broom?
What?
Did y'all? You was talking excited.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. You see, it's hard out here trying to make it, especially as a single woman. You see, I've been working here at this cafe for about 20 years now. 20 years I've been working here, and every day. See, my brother, he bought this place right when I was getting into high school. That's all I've known, really. I ain't known much of nothing else in this life except working here at this cafe. See, that picture up there, see, that's us on the wall when we were little. You know, that's really something. That's us. See, one good thing by this place being right across the street from the Savoy, see, I've seen a whole lot of artists and celebrities come through here. You know, they just come on in here and I make sure that they have what they need. See, we had Josephine Baker, a singer. You know Josephine Baker, she's singing a star. Langston Hughes, let's see who else. Josephine Baker, Langston Hughes. We had Augusta Savage. Okay, now that's a painter. You might know about a painter. Just so many. And my favorite, Louis Armstrong. Now, Louis Armstrong used to come in here. Now, let me tell you, okay? Louis Armstrong would come in here after his shows at the Savoy with his band. And see, I would always make sure that he had his music playing, you know, and that whatever he was going to order was going to be ready for him because he needed that. See, that's how we used to do back. And sometimes he would just place his trumpet in the seat just like that right there. Just place it down there like it had a seat of its own, you know. You know, but it just ain't no creative people on the streets no more. You know, the celebrities don't come in here and it's just really sad. It's sad. I miss that. You know, I wish I had the gumption to follow my dreams. You know, I just think about dressing up and just being on stage and being a star. You know, I just think that would be so exciting. So exciting. And I just wish I had, you know, the gumption to go ahead and do that. You know, but I've been working in this cafe for so many years, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. Did you want something to eat? Because I already wrote your ticket.
No, I think I've lost my appetite.
Oh, all right. Well, I want you to know that I'm very sorry about your pain. You know what? I think I got something that might make you feel better. No, I'm gonna go grab it. You just wait right here. Don't you go. All right. Here you go. This is for you. Your painter friend asked me to hold that for you behind the counter. And I thought you might want to have it.
It can't be. This is the painting.
Yes. See, now the artist told me to keep it there. She was going to come back. But, obviously she's not coming back. So I started to give this to the police, but I figured they wouldn't know what to do with it. And I did peek at it, and I am a little nosy. So I did peek at it. It is very nice. Very nice painting.
It is very nice. Can't believe how she was able to capture everything. Wow. Thank you so much.
Well, you are welcome. You are very welcome.
It's just sad that here I am starting my life and hers had to end.
That is so sad. Well, you gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. Thank you so much, Miss Betty. I appreciate this.
You are very welcome. You enjoy your paint.
Yeah, I should be able to get this home without any help. It's not very heavy,
No,
so.
it's
And
pretty
plus,
small.
I just live a few blocks away.
Now, are you sure that you don't need any help transporting it? Because my brother, I believe, y'all don't live too far from each other. So you live in the apartments on 13th, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my brother lives over in that area too. Now, if you like, I can get him to help you carry this on home.
No, I should be fine, Betty. It's not that very heavy anyway.
Okay.
And again, I just live a few blocks away, so
Well, yes.
thank you.
You are welcome. You are so very welcome. And I do hope that this will help you get through your grief.
Yes, thank you.
As Nova left the cafe, she felt that something wasn't quite right. She even looked around a couple of times to see if something or someone was following her. All she could think about was getting inside their apartment and taking a closer look at that painting. After my dream, I got up and I went and sat in front of that typewriter. I felt like I was in a writing frenzy. It seemed like I typed over 1,000 words per minute, and all the papers just flew off the typewriter as if they were birds flying and fell directly on the ground. Afterwards, I got on the floor with my cramped hands and tried to pick up the pieces of the manuscript. But soon John came home, and he was livid of my condition, me sitting there on the floor with cramped hands. But yet I told him how I needed to desperately get this manuscript to Daylight Publishing. So we gathered all of the papers off the floor, and the next day we drove to Atlanta to Daylight Publishing. And later on that evening, we had a meeting with Val Andrews, my agent from Daylight Publishings, the first time that I actually met her in person. I got back from Daylight Publishing, the first thing I did was sit down in front of that typewriter and try to type. But again, nothing emerged. And later on that night, I had another nightmarish dream. I was so distraught in my mind because I couldn't figure out whether or not this blank white canvas was actual blood pouring down or red paint. But one thing I did know, I knew that I did not want Nova Star to be charged with this murder. And the deeper I began to sink into my dream, I saw Nova Star examining the painting. She remembered that she actually had on blue that day, and that her fiance, Luke Austin, he had on his army uniform that was brown, but yet in the painting, her dress looked like it was dark purple, and his army uniform looked like it was a burnt orange. And the closer that she looked at the painting, she realized that it was intertwined with either some type of red paint or something. Then she got her box of newspapers, her old newspapers that contained all of the old stories that had happened in the past, and she began to discover a mystery that all of this was not just a coincidence, but the work of a serial killer.
Clementine? Not Clementine Jones's singer. Oh my gosh. December. Jay Brinson, the actor. This is definitely the work of a serial killer. January? Beth Rankins, the dancer? And now in February, Janet Drew? This is not a coincidence. This is definitely the work of a serial killer.
Knowing her life is in danger, and heads to the Morning Sun news press. She scrambles nervously to lock her door.
Nova gathers everything she can, and she immediately goes to her place of employment, the Morning Sun News Press, and there she turns in evidence. And 2 weeks later, she's in court.
This is the case 112503, docket. Miss Attorney Lawson, you may proceed.
I would like to call Miss Nova Star to the stand. Please state your full name and address for the court records.
Yes, my name is Nova Star Brooks Austin. I live at 1314 13th Street, Harlem, New York.
Will you tell us the events that took place on the evening of March 5th?
Yes, I had a meeting with Miss Janet Drew. She's actually an artist that I met a week prior.
Did you meet with Miss Janet Drew this day?
No.
Where and what time were you supposed to meet with Miss Janet Drew?
I was supposed to meet with Miss Drew at about 1 p.m. at the Spirit and Soul Cafe.
What happened?
That day was kind of strange. Actually, someone came running into the Soul and Spirit Cafe, and they informed Mr. Ernest that the police had found another body. And we were later informed that it was Miss Janet Drew.
What time did someone come into the restaurant to inform everyone that a body was discovered?
It was around 5 p.m.
So you were waiting in a restaurant for 4 hours for Miss Janet Drew?
Yes.
Why were you waiting on Miss Janet Drew?
She had a painting of a portrait of my husband and I's proposal.
Did you end up getting the painting?
Yes, I did.
From whom?
Miss Betty. She informed me that the painting was there at the restaurant behind the counter and waiting there for me.
Did Miss Betty serve you when you first arrived?
Yes.
So you're saying that Miss Betty knew that the painting was behind the counter the entire time, but she waited to inform you until after a body was discovered?
Yes.
Why did you bring news clippings and a painting to a place of employment, Morning Sun News Press?
Well, I felt like something was strange about the whole thing, and that was the safest place at the time. The painting looked different. I held it up to the light. It looked as if the painting was actually different colors on it. Not sure.
So the painting was a likeness to you and your fiancé,
What were you and your fiance wearing? I actually had on a nice blue dress, and my fiance had on a brown Army uniform. Thank you, Miss Austin. You made me see it. I would like to call Miss Betty Stone to the stand. Will you please state your full name, address, and place of employment for the court records?
My name is Betty Stone, and I live at 1334 Hawkwood Street, Harlem, New York. Now, I live at that address with my brother, and I work at the Soul and Spirit Cafe.
How do you know Miss Nova Star Alston?
I don't know who that is.
So you never served Miss Alston at the Soul and Spirit Cafe?
No.
Were you there when the body of Miss Janet Drew was discovered?
Yes, I was.
How did you know to go outside?
Well, one of the customers came in and she asked for Mr. Ernest. And then another customer came in screaming about what happened. Oh, glory. Now I recognize Miss Austin. See, she was standing over the body when I got outside. That's her.
How do you know Mr. Ernest?
He's my supervisor at work.
And not your brother?
Oh, no.
How long have you been working at the Soul and Spirit Cafe?
Right around 6 months.
6 months, and not 20 years? So you're telling me that you never gave Miss Nova Star a painting that was behind the counter at the Soul and Spirit Cafe that was given to you by the deceased Miss Janet Drew?
I never saw either one of them until that day.
Please bring me Exhibit A, the painting. What did you do for working at the Soul and Spirit Cafe?
I don't believe I understand the question.
The question is simple. Were you a housekeeper, gas attendant?
Or a student?
A student where?
A student at a college.
The same college that Miss Janet Drew attended. Matter of fact, you were dismissed, and Miss Janet took your spot, right? Why were you dismissed?
Because people don't know talent when they see it.
I beg to differ. As we all can see, Miss Janet Drew was an amazing artist. So are you, Miss Stone. I talked to one of your teachers, and they gave me a painting, and I asked him, why were you dismissed? He said that you were not able to take criticism well, and was known to throw a rage and fit when the painters would not take up their suggestions or use your special blend of paint. Amazing, don't you think? You and Miss Janet Drew had a similar style, but you slightly painted outside of your dimensions. Miss Stone, not only did you know Miss Janet Drew, but I'm going to prove to everyone that you planned her. You waited until the precise moment to get ready. But you made two mistakes. When the blood splashed the painting, instead of wiping it off like most people would, you couldn't help but repaint it. Unfortunately, Miss Janet Drew was not the only person lost, was she?
Poor soul. I'm tired of playing charades, okay? I should have been the one painting that portrait in the first place, okay? Not her. She didn't even use the right texture of paint, okay? If she would have used the right paint, then it would have stayed red instead of turning purple and that tacky burnt orange. You know what I did for a living? I was a singer, dancer, actress, musician, painter. me something. I couldn't just do one thing. I could do it all. I am Harlem. First kill was easy. Janet Drew. That one was worth waiting for.
I would like to bring to evidence the blood type of Miss Stone, matching the fingerprints and the blood type that is dried up on the painting. I would also like to bring to evidence the special blend of paint that was used on the painting on the outer dimensions. Matching the blood type.
Well, finally get my chance to be in the spotlight. You gonna write an exclusive about me, Nova Star? Ernest, you tell my brother to bring my silver dress and my heels. See, this is my moment. This is my moment. And I want to look perfect and shine. My name will finally be in the headlines. Betty Elizabeth Stone. Ain't nothing like a smart sister. You figured out everything, Miss Lawson? Or did you? You see, I am special too, okay? And I deserve to shine in the spotlight. What about me? What about me?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, stand for the justice of these artists so that the next artist can not only begin their destiny, but walk the entire path of it. How profound would that be?
I could only hope that eventually there was justice for Janet and the other artists. Dream, my last dream, dreaming of Nova Star. I turned in my last script to Stella Prize. When I woke up that day, I was in a writing frenzy, just like before. But my husband, he also had another surprise. Not another typewriter, but he actually found Nova Star's husband, Sergeant Luke Austin. He lived right here in Augusta, Georgia, and we were going to see him the next day. When I got to the home, to my surprise, it wasn't Luke Austin there, but Miss Nova Star herself.
Miss Nova Star, it is such an honor to finally meet you. You know, it feels like I've been dreaming about you for weeks. So it seemed like I literally been living your life right there in Harlem.
Well, you know what? It's so nice to meet you too, Miss Waters. They say you're a writer.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And I heard that you got my typewriter?
Yes, ma'am, I do have your typewriter.
Find that old typewriter. You know what? Luke said that you've been dreaming about my last case that I wrote about my friend Janet.
Yes, ma'am, I have.
And that you wanted to hear my story.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, you know, I can't believe after all this time, I really wanted to tell my story. But I actually feared for my life.
Oh, wow.
Yes, honey, because you know, I never went back to that apartment after Janet died. And when I turned in that painting to the news article, or actually to the news press, it was just different times then. I actually stayed with some friends, and then I moved right after that. And we moved down here to Augusta.
You mean to tell me you've been living right here in Augusta?
I sure have. My Luke actually got stationed down here at Fort Gordon.
Now, you know that's not no coincidence, honey.
Well, yeah. But when Luke got stationed down here, we lived with Janet's family for a little while. And, you know, they were happy that I testified actually on Janet's behalf, because I told them, you know, that was the right thing to do, to make sure that we got some justice for Janet, because it was just so unfortunate. Why are you looking so sad, child?
Miss Nova Star, my book, Stellar Prize. It's not my story. It's your story. It's the story you had that you wrote about when it came to Janet Drew. I wrote about your proposal to Sergeant Luke Austin, your husband. Every word that you said, everything that you felt, it's your words on that page, not mine.
It's okay, Miss Waters. I'm actually glad that you're here and that you're going to tell my story, because I didn't have that advantage to do so. As a matter of fact, when Luke told me you were coming by, I was glad to hear that, because I have something for you. Here.
Oh, man.
Take a look and see what's in that box.
I know this is not what I think it is. This is the same box that was in that story.
That's right.
The same covering.
That's right, Miss Waters. What you looking at right there are all my news articles that I've ever wrote.
Oh my goodness.
So I want you to look over that, study it, and you tell my story. Because you know why? We're writers. And us writers, we got to stick together. That's right, baby. We got to stick together.
You are still beautiful and most gracious, Miss Nova Star.
Thank you, baby.
Nova kept her word, saying us writers got to stick together. Dee also made sure that Nova got credit for her work. It was on the cover of her books and TV pilot. And that old typewriter, well, it finally got to rest again, at least for a moment.
And just enjoy these bloopers. They're funny.
I'm going to pause this, all right? Now wash your hands. Now it's hot, so don't burn your tongue. Okay? Be careful, sir. Don't burn your lips. Okay? You got a soldier coming by you. Okay? He don't want that with the blip. Okay?
Superstitious. And there's something strange about that typewriter. I don't know.
Okay, right now.
If she comes to the window, I'm going to be done.
I bought those shoes yesterday.
You bought them shoes yesterday?
Some black